guys, happy Wednesday to all of you. Today's workout is called eucalyptus, and in this workout it's going to be a pretty good stimulus overall of being 14 minutes, but we've got some really quick movements here, well, depending on the weight that you use, where we've got a triplet that's going to go for the first round of 7 minutes, where you're going to have 30 single unders with a jump rope, 20 feet of dumbbell walking lunges, 35 pounds for women, 50 for men, and then 10 dumbbell snatches, alternating hands. So ultimately 5 right and 5 left. You're going to go through that as many times as you can in that 7-minute time frame. So pick something that you can sustain and get some really fast reps in as you go through that first 7 minutes. You do get a 1-minute rest in between, but it's not a whole bunch of rest. So your second round of 7 that you are going to repeat exactly what you did above. So the same triplet for another 7 minutes is going to be pretty tough to get the same score that you did when you were more fresh. So it's really going to test that metabolic conditioning for you guys and test your overall stamina. So do your best with eucalyptus today. Your score is the total rounds and reps, and we should have 2 spots in Sugar WOD where you're going to record how many rounds and reps you got during your first 7 minutes and then during your second set of 7 minutes. So we'll see how you do and how you stack up with both of your rounds of eucalyptus. So good luck with that one. To warm up for that, we're going to take time to go over jump ropes and make sure we're good to go with the lunges and also do some WOD prep for your dumbbell snatches. So what I would recommend is that you're going through this nice and slow. It should be done at a conversational pace, so don't whip through the double unders or the single under practice in each of these. So make sure you're getting a good stretch out of it as you're going through. You're going to start with 10 pass-throughs, 30 seconds of a front rack stretch. Pick an arm against the wall. You can do your left arm, 10 PVC twists, and then 20 seconds on the other arm for your front rack stretch. So you guys know how to do pass-throughs and PVC twists, so grab whatever PVC tool that you've been using for those. And then you're going to find a wall. You want your elbow pointed up towards the ceiling. Count to 30 or set a timer. You'll be switching back and forth in your front rack stretch. You're going to go through that 2 times, followed by a continuation. We've got 2 more rounds here where you're going to do 3 Cossack squats, and you're going to hold when you're in the stretch of that Cossack squat. You're going to do 10 downward dog to side planks, and then 12 kettlebell swings, and you're going to go through that for 2 rounds. So again, a Cossack squat is I want to get a really deep lunge, and I'm going to stretch and I can point my toe up towards the ceiling. I'm going to hold for 3 seconds, up and over, and switch and hold for 3 seconds. And I'm going to do that 3 times and go through that 2 rounds. Almost done with the warm-up here. Your last set of warming up is going to be 2 rounds where we're going to do 3 lunges with a big thoracic reach up towards the sky, 5 kettlebell split jerk, and then we're going to practice some single unders, but they're going to be reverse single unders. So when we practice lunges, let's do those without weight. We're going to take a big lunge step, big reach up towards the sky, stand, take another lunge step, give a big reach up towards the sky for that thoracic stretch. Your kettlebell split jerk is just like a push jerk, but we're going to be splitting our legs. Okay, so think with the barbell, we do this quite often. We're going to pick a kettlebell or a dumbbell to do that with today. So with our 5 kettlebell split jerks, I'm going to take a slight dip in my knees. I'm going to drive and extend, and as I re-catch, so dip and I'm driving, as I re-catch, I'm going to split and catch. So it's that same dip, drive, but as I re-dip, I'm going to land in a split position, and I can switch sides. So as you get better with this, it should look a little bit quicker as you go. If it feels a little bit off, that's okay. Normally they're a little weird feeling when you've got a lighter weight. If you feel completely lost, take the weight away and see if you can do it just with your hands or with an empty hand. Dip, drive, open my hips, and drive overhead. You can even take the split out of it if that helps. Grab your jump rope, and you're going to do some reverse single unders. So let's talk about the specific movements in your eucalyptus WOD today. you're gonna do 30 single unders. There's no bonus points for doing double unders. So go ahead and just do your 30 single unders. And then you're gonna find a spot, so all you need is 10 feet down and 10 feet back. So if you wanna have a 20-foot lane, that's up to you, but we're gonna be doing dumbbell lunges. Now, they do not have to be overhead. You just have to be alternating in your lunges as you go through. And then also our dumbbell snatches. So we'll review those as well. So let's take a look. 30 single unders. Remember, we wanna make sure we have nice body control. Our hands are at our hips, and we're not piking our feet too far forward, and we're not getting a donkey kick back. I should just be coming off the ground less than an inch or so, right? When I'm doing my single unders and keeping my hands relatively close to my hips here. With my 20-foot dumbbell lunges, so 35/50 pounds for women and men, I'm gonna take a big lunge step, and then I'm gonna make sure I stand and open my hips all the way. I'm gonna gently touch the ground with the opposite knee, and I'm gonna walk 10 feet down and 10 feet back, alternating my legs as I go. Let's talk about your snatches. So if you guys could grab a weight or grab a PVC, we're gonna go through a variation of the Bergener warm-up. So I would like you to first do a deadlift. So with your weight, I'm gonna deadlift and stand, and then I'm going to deadlift and shrug as I open my hips. I'm gonna deadlift, shrug, and pull, and then I'm gonna put it all together in a muscle snatch. So deadlift, stand, shrug, pull, and then I want a strict muscle snatch. So no redip in my legs. So again, muscle snatch directly overhead, followed by a power snatch. So I can redip if I need to, quick open of my hips, and get that overhead, and do a couple of reps with your other arm as well. So make sure you're good and ready to go for your snatches. I would alternate those back and forth, or do 5 and 5 for each arm, whichever you prefer. When you guys are all done, this is gonna get your breath rate really up and going. So a nice parasympathetic cool down with some breathing is going to be ideal. We've done this in a previous WOD. If you guys can find a nice spot up against a wall somewhere where your feet are up in the air and your back is laying down on the ground, find a nice quiet place. Take some time to catch your breath again. Maybe go somewhere where you can have a moment of mindfulness. That's been one of the main challenges that we've been looking at during this time at home. Maybe go to a nice dark place away from kids or things like that, so you can really focus on your breathing. So either find a rhythm of breathing that works for you, where you really feel like your parasympathetic system, your breath is coming back to you, or you can use something like a 4-second inhale, a 4-second hold, and then a nice long, like 7-second exhale. So you want your inhale to be less than what you exhale. So less time, really breathe out. So breathe in and hold for 4 seconds. Hold for 4, exhale for 7. Maybe take 4 or 5 minutes. Continue that breathing pattern until you feel like you kind of have come back down to earth after that really tough workout. All right, guys, have a good Wednesday.